Recently we finished Xenonauts, and I wanted to move on to something new. I still haven't decided what that is. But I did want to stream something today, so I've been having a look at different games that are out and different management games to see if I could find anything that would take my interest. This is just some random indie game I found, but one thing about me is that about 10 years ago I used to sell books. I did it as a part-time job when I was at university. So because of that, it's something that I enjoyed quite a lot. Actually, it's probably the only job I've ever had that I enjoyed, which is probably difficult to conceptualize. I think a lot of people don't really enjoy their jobs, but I actually quite enjoyed it. You didn't make any money doing it. It was not the kind of money that you could live on, and as much as I would love to do it now, I have obligations and things. So I can't really do it, but apparently this is a game about managing a bookshop and recommending books to people. So I thought I'd give it a go. It was fairly cheap. We'll see how it is. If it's no good, I can always refund it, but it looks pretty promising. A little bit indie, but I don't mind that so much. Anyway, I'm just going to jump in and then see what happens. God, and for a time in my life, I used to live in a place that looked a bit like this as well. Although far more run down. Not really quaint and nice, but more kind of um, I don't know how you'd call it. Like God, I don't know. Right. Well, it seems we've got a bunch of books here down the side. Somebody's just walked in. My, what a sight. Who are you? I don't know who you are. You still in the local bookstore? Bookstonians, good grief. This one is classic and crime. Okay. Sorry for baiting you. No, I was saying at the start that I used to work at a bookshop, right? And I couldn't decide what to play today, and I was having a look through the Steam shops. Um, and apparently this is a book about selling games. Sorry, a book about selling games, a game about selling books, and I thought it'd be interesting to try it, see what it's like. So, just do a quick stream. I wouldn't mind doing The Sims again because, that'd be fun. But okay, yeah, I did like part of my job was to like recommend books to people, and I used to think I was quite good at it. Um, you know, so the idea of a game where you presumably recommend books to people is quite appealing to me. I'd say out of all the jobs I've ever had, it's the one I like the most, which is something. I don't know who any of these people are, but they seem quite eager. Ursula K. Le Guin, okay. Man who's obviously got a good taste in science fiction. Not a fan of that travel writing book though. That was part of it. You could have some fun with it. Like you could actually really get into it and try and find what people were interested in and be a bit enthusiastic about it. It's not like selling, like normal typical retail work where you just can't bring yourself to care about what it is that you're doing. You're just putting stuff on shelves. But no, like it was quite good and I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't always great, but if I could do any job, if I could do any job, and just have enough money, then it would be that job. Oh, I've done Asta as well. Grim. Grim stuff, Asta is. Yeah. But this wasn't like Asta. What made us come here? I don't know, none of these really. You, me, and Young ordered Asta. I was an ambient colleague. That's what they called me. Which means it was my job. Like, I just the guy puts shit on shelves. I didn't even get to do anything interesting like the till. Well, that's probably for the best. You could just kind of get on with it and try and avoid people as much as possible. All right, so this guy is obviously important enough that he got dialogue with us. This guy's bought a copy of some non-fiction. It's always old farts who buy non-fiction. That was my expectation. It was like people who, they were like these Newtonian physics for babies. No, that's not the kind of book that we used to sell. It used to be like some World War II tome about like how um, Anthony Beaver, the inside story on why the Nazis lost World War II. That was the kind of thing that we used to sell a lot of. I was quite good at selling those. Um, yeah, we haven't actually done much here. I think we're still in tutorial mode at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so this reports on the goings on around town. You can check tomorrow's weather and keep an eye out for any upcoming events. You can see the money in your pockets and all the books you own, both in your shop and in storage. Looks like you're running a little low. We can acquire second-hand books to replenish our stock. Alright, so we have to buy one of these. Let's buy the one that doesn't cost any money. We've got 2 kids' books, 3 classics, 3 fact, 3 travel, 6 drama, 5 crime, and 5 fantasy. Let's also buy a cactus. There isn't. It's not something that is easily sustainable. So yeah, it's just dying. It's like so many other things, right? All right, so I don't know, let's put a cactus over here. If somebody trips over that cactus, we can tell them that it's really expensive and they need to give us the money back for it. uh... Okay, so we can hover over an item to see what it does. We can remove the cactus by clicking and dragging it. We can decorate the inside of our shop as well. Okay. And we can manage our inventory, paints. What would be a good colour for a bookshop? Like bright red right now. Okay. I can't click it because this dial's in the way. I don't know. Let's change that to white. Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of other junk as well. Alright, let's customize this a little bit. There's one of these in Budapest. It's bright red, if I recall. Something like this would never work where I live. It'd be nice though. There are some decent bookshops. There used to be um, in fact, the call for it would have been kind of this kind of blue. There used to be a massive bookshop where I lived that was there until just after the financial crash. So the big 2010, 2008 financial crash. So I was very, very young when it went. But I have very fond memories of being in it. It was lovely. It used to be it at one time had also published books, so it had been a printing press at one point in its history. But basically, I think what happened was that the owners passed away, and then his children just had no interest in continuing it, which I get. Like you've moved on with your life, you don't want to go and take over some old business in a city that you don't even live in anymore. But it's such a shame when it went, and now the only thing that's there anymore is a is a is a God, what you call it? A it's like a betting shop. So yeah, it got replaced by a betting shop. It's really sad. You can still see the old sort of the old book front, right? All right, so we'll go back to the waterfront again. Okay. Fit to place a selected genre into your shelf. Click and drag to place multiple books. Okay. All right. All right. I'm just going to remove everything, and then I'm going to have a look and see what we got. What kind of bookshop do we want to be? We used to organize books by genre, so you'd first of all have the shelves for crime. Crime was always a big ticket seller. People like crime novels, very, very popular. Then after that would just be anything that was like generic fiction, which covers a wide range of things. I guess you'd have like classics there. Classics don't sell, but like fiction, drama, some of that. Fantasy, and let's have like 2 travel books. We're not gonna have any kids books. No, we should try and have a bit more of a balance, right? Kids books sell really well. I think it's actually a really good market. Probably better than drama is. I don't remember ever selling any drama books like at all. Kids books we sold loads of. Parents have money. Parents have lots of money. In fact, they're very good. They're very easy to sell to. The advantage as well, especially for young kids, is that they basically like anything, and so you can basically sell anything to their parents as well. Their parents come in and they're like, "I need a book on dinosaurs." You're like, "Brother, I've got so many picture books about dinosaurs. We got so many of them. We got ones that are really big, ones that are really small, ones that you can take on the bus with you, ones you can carry around in your handbag. Like ones that have different textures on them and stuff like. Oh no, kids are great. They're great to sell books to. See, this is why I wanted to play this game. I'm feeling really nostalgic already. Um, you know, Easiest to sell to than adults. Yeah. All right. Is this when we're going to find out we got a competitor? Oh no, we can just pick up trash. Okay. I never read World War Z. That's not one. I'm familiar with it. I've not read it. All right. So we got a decent selection. We'll see if that means anything. And we can also buy books and stuff whilst we're out and about. Hello. Is he going to sign our book, or is he going to trip over on our cactus? Our outdoor cactus. All right, this guy does not like our fantasy offerings. All right, this guy does not like our facts offerings. None of these people like anything that we have to offer. We should just go home now. All right, let's. All right. So we got a new spot. Alright. Oh, Walter's here. Real life Captain Haddock. Oh, we got a journal. You got the journal. Alright, so we need to introduce ourselves to Walt, then. Yeah, this game insists that we do all of this. I kind of would just like to play the game at some point. This guy's like basically making fun of us. He's telling us we're a fucking idiot, and he's trying to do it in the politest way possible. Alright, well, we can go there as well. So we can go to the beach, or we can go to this place where apparently nobody goes. I mean, this woman, she's been a valuable customer. She didn't like our crime books, but she did buy a crime. Well, she bought a crime, didn't buy a classic. Alright, let's talk to Walt. I don't want to spend any money on any of these, so... Alright, so all the sailors, they like classic novels and travel books. So presumably they're like reading Anna Karenina whilst they're out on their ships and, I don't know, Into Thin Air by what's-his-face about the Everest disaster. Yeah, apparently so. I mean, here's one here, right? I think we sold like 2 books today. We sold 6 today, but yeah, we sold 2 books today. We did crap. I thought there was a part of this game where you actually got to recommend specific books to people, which we haven't gotten to yet. So I have to buy these seasonal ones before the season ends, okay. A hanging money plant. Well, let's buy Grandma's old book. And then, alright. Yeah, thanks for telling me that. Alright, what else do we want to buy? Let's buy more of Grandma's old books. Probably old, like, Agatha Christie novels or horrible little crime novels that nobody likes. Well, it's sunny today. That one guy said that we should go to the far beach, and the other lady said that we should go to the cafe. I'm gonna probably go with the cafe first, I think. We'll try that. We also got punching. Oh, we got the, yeah. Yeah, let's get one of those. Increase our chance of selling travel books. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Confirm. So where do we go to? Well, we have actually got a lot of travel books and classics. Let's go to the waterfront again. And this time we're going to try and appeal to the sailors of the world. So no more fantasy books. We're done with that. No more kids' books. We're done with that. We're going to go all in on... We'll keep the crime novels. We'll go all in on travel and, what was it, classics. Yeah, classics. Our chance of selling classics, 45%, 33%. God, we got a really good chance of selling these. Yeah, is that all? I'm gonna put one up there as well. 35, 35. We can get rid of the fact books. Yeah, let's just go all in. Let's go all in on travel. All the latest details about where to travel to. I don't think so, Merceland, because it the chances of selling. Oh, the chances of selling is based on the amount. So I'd rather have like I don't know 57% chance of selling them. Sorry, Grandma, there's nothing here for you. Oh no! Look, she bought the travel book. John Ruskin. Okay. I know she doesn't like the fact that we've not got any fat books, but that's fine. Oh, we can have. Okay. Oh God. Hmm. I think the answer is we got 0 books that are going to fit her interest. I don't think she wants Helene. There we go, Anna Karenina. I mentioned that. Um, yeah, that's not how big Anna Karenina is. It's a massive bloody book. All right, let's have a look at this. So she wants some cold, hard facts, but she doesn't want anything that's popular science. So she would probably want something that's like, I really doubt we got anything that matches uh, her ambitions here. We got an encyclopedia of birds. Okay, I'm going to recommend the Encyclopedia of Birds to her because this is the kind of book that would basically be unsellable. So if you can get rid of it, that's great. There you go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's great. Um, the bookshop that I worked at, it used to have a copy of the Bible in German, which obviously not a very good book to keep a copy of if you are in a bookshop in the middle of England. Um, and that thing sat there for like years. I think somebody who used to work there before I worked there ordered it in for a customer but forgot to collect like a deposit for it. And then the customer just never turned up to collect it and pay for it. So it just sat there. Yeah, travel books are full of facts. Oh yeah, there's a flea market apparently. Alright, what do you want? What's the latest headline? I'm looking for a travel guide. I can't get enough of blue highways. William sets off on what would become a 13,000-mile journey by van, visiting the most overlooked small towns in America. His series of travel memoirs prove that it's not where you go, it's who you meet. Blue highways are back roads. Um, okay. Ooh, not that. Oh, Bill Bryson. Bill Bryson's a popular bugger. He's got like 20,000 books, I feel. Probably one of the better selling travel authors. Um, so it's like visiting small overlooked towns. Notes from a Small Island might be it, to be honest. It's what I would consider here. Hmm. This one also could be a good one. Again, it's Bill Bryson. I told you he's got a million books. He's a man who's been everywhere. Journey, this charming and colourful journey across Spain. Um. Hmm. Oh, he has got Blue Harleys. We can't recommend him the same book that he's already got, right? Unless that's what he means. He wants it. Yeah. All right. Well, something like Blue Highways then. Um, ooh. He's an indecisive man. I think he just wanted an excuse to talk to us. Where's that other Bill Bryson one? I'm gonna go with this one. Down Under. There you go. Unconventional. I don't think it's unconventional. Bill Bryson's not unconventional. It's about as conventional as it gets. He wanted unconventional. Like, I don't know how he could get less conventional or unconventional. I mean, like, unless you're reading like Michael Palin books or something. Ahoy! I need rescue. Right. What's the catch of the day? I could go for a travel guide. I'm not put off by outdated books. Okay. Outdated. All right. Let's just try and find the oldest thing that we can find. Preferably if it's about fish. All of these joggers need to be put in an asylum. Round the World in 80 Dishes. Here's another book that's basically unsellable. Um, no one would want to buy this book in the bookshop I worked at. You would never be able to get rid of this thing. It'd be stuck there for 20,000 years. So we are going to. No, it's not really a travel guide, is it? It's more of a cookbook. It's not even a cookbook, is it? No, it is. It's a cookbook. All right. We'll go with this one. It's dead old. There you go. Sorry about that. Man didn't think he was going to visit Vietnam anytime soon. My strategy of only stocking travel books has seemed to have paid off, though. We've definitely made more money today than we did yesterday. This guy wants fact books. Yeah, we should bring fact books next time. We'll get rid of the crime books and bring fact books the next time we come here. That's fine. We made money. Let's close up shop. And let's drive on out of here. So today it looks like it's a fine day. Let's get some more bargain basement books. I like spending as little money as possible. I wonder how much it would be to. Oh no, we spent 6 coins, £6 sterling in order to drive here. So we made our money and then some. Like we did fine. No trouble there at all. I'm sure we'll do fine again as well. We'll go to Cafe Libre because we need to go there and speak to this lady so that she doesn't get upset with us for ignoring her. Oh, did I not stock my shelves? No, wait, that happens when we go off to it, doesn't it? Does it? I can't remember now. I've already forgotten in which order things happen. Let's go to Cafe Libre. Yeah, there we go. So we know that awful woman is going to be here, and we know that she likes crime books. Was there like a thing where I could click on people? Yeah. So she likes crime and classics, so we'll put both of those in heavy supply. There. Yeah. Oh, was it the Walt was after? Yeah. He likes travel and classic, yeah. Okay, let's get rid of most of the classics then. Again, some crime fiction. Yeah, classics. And what else? Sorry, I can't remember what it was. It was crime. And yeah, crime classics actually. So we need the classics back. Get some Anna Karenina in there. A few drama books. A few fantasy. And maybe some kid books as well. I don't know if that's a good spread. 43 on the classics, 52 on the crime, 30 on the kids' books, and 32 on the drama. Let's go. No one's buying travel books at a cafe, right? Alright, and we need to have a pan around to see if there's any like small items of furniture that we can steal before anyone's woken up. There's a bird there, but I don't think we can steal that. Ooh, we can inspect this. Alright, we can't steal it, unfortunately. Let's open up for the day. Ah, here she is. Alright, you gotta buy at least £13 worth of crime books. That's a wasted money coming here. There you are. Hmm. Alright, we can do strange tasks for strange ladies. I don't know where her bookshop is. Oh, we just click on all these, yeah. We gotta equip all the stuff at the flea market. Oh, good grief, this woman is gonna cost us all of our money. And the flea market isn't until Saturday. And today's like Tuesday, I think, or Thursday. Good God. We've been swindled. Classic books for romance. Around the World in 8 Days, The Story Girl, The Essential. It's not really a romance play, is it? One of Jane Austen's favorite books. Comedy of Errors, not really the one. Long book about romance. Maybe there's something else. We'll have a look through the other books just in case. Yeah, these are all real books. Yeah. I wasn't making it up earlier when I was talking about Bill Bryson. Yeah, these are all real books. In Search and Lost Time, Swan's Way is massive. I've never read any of them, but I think it's got something like 10 volumes. It's typical in how overwhelmingly French it is. Yeah. All right. I'm leaning towards this one, or Emma by Jane Austen. I mean, Jane Austen is like the most classic. Yeah. I didn't realize that we were carrying manga as well. There you go. Oh God, and I've heard of this one as well. I don't know that much about it. This is very popular. This is like romanticy. It's very popular kind of genre of fantasy at the moment, especially with what used to be the young adult market, which doesn't really exist anymore in the same way that it used to exist when I worked in bookshops. Yeah, this is probably the majority of fantasy books these days. Sailor Moon is a kid's book, I guess. All right, yeah, we're gonna go with Emma Jane Austen. Meridian does not like Emma. Why didn't you like Emma? What was the thing about it that you didn't like? I'd be interested to hear. Okay, there we go. Not a great selection. Good gravy. I just sold somebody their dream book. And look how many books we sold to this woman. All right, we've got to sell some others to somebody else. Whilst this guy's up. It has to be a play, but he doesn't want anything academic. That's going to be tricky. Hmm. Emotions. I don't want anything academic. Oh, this is. I'm punting this one. This is just going out on a limb. Obviously, we're not going to go with Hamlet. Strong emotion, so dramatic. This out of the ones I've read just on here seems like the most likely answer. I don't think Clive Barker is. Well, he's not a play for a start. Is it actually a play? Clive Barker is the guy who wrote. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's the one that he's responsible for a lot of things that you've probably heard of. Pinhead, stuff like that. Fair enough. It's not really my genre, so it's not really something that I'm familiar with particularly. Oh, I don't care. It's all right. We succeeded on one. Can't win them all. Something something. It's this guy. We failed to find him something last time. I see. You want something by Michael Crichton then? Okay. I really don't think we have anything that suits you because, like, seemingly, um, all we have is like random fantasy epics and anime. So chances are we don't have what you're after. Um, I don't think Ranma 1.5 Volume 1 is what you're after. It's not really science fiction. If I had to take a punt on it, it'd be this one. I'm tempted to just tell him to sod off. We don't have what you're after. What else do we have? Mm, we can't offer him a kid's book. Could we do something? We could be like really okay. If I was like in my obnoxious bookseller mode, right? Um, and I'm like taking the biggest punt in the world, right? I'd be like, okay, so I know it was written in 1873, but Jules Verne basically set the standard for what would become science fiction before writers such as Isaac Asimov. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this to him on the basis that I have literally nothing better to suggest. Like, obviously that's like an obnoxious answer, but like, come on, I don't know. We just don't have anything. Like, we don't have it. So here, go. There you go. It does qualify as science fiction. If you think about it a bit. We're going to be recommending like Utopia Thomas More to people because it's like the first utopian novel. It was written in the 1600s. Still counts. All right. Hopefully we didn't piss him off too much. All right. We definitely made our money today, so that's good. We had one good recommendation and two bad recommendations. So let's close up shop. We do have to carry this horrible load of crap with us. Hmm. I always take free. I'm not going to pay for any others though. We got plenty of books that we still haven't sold, so. Hmm. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't not have this equipped, so we're gonna lose 10 every day. I think until we've gotten rid of this crap, we need to just um, go to the sea every day and just sell all of our. A collection of books for $10 reduce is worth it. I mean, hopefully they'll be there tomorrow, right? Look how many books we got already. We've got loads. We don't need to waste any more money. Let's go back to the waterfront because we're encumbered at the moment. We'll put in more travel books, not kids' books, travel books. Classic, fact, travel. Kind of feeling that. Maybe we'll put a few of the other ones in. That horrible man keeps coming back every day demanding fantasy books, so we'll put some in for him. A couple of kids' books. There we go. That'll do. Trolling beachgoers want trashy. No, apparently the only people who go to the only people who go to the waterfront are sad sailors who are feeling miserable, and the only thing that they read is travel books and classical novels. According to our good friend Walt the sailor, he was still sitting here, and we can buy things off of him. I can't really afford it. See, this sailor man is going to come in and he's going to buy all of our travel books. And here's another aged sailor. When I lived by the sea, one of my roommates in the apartment building I used to live in was a sailor. He was like the best roommate because he'd be up at the crack of dawn and you never see him throughout the entire day. Yeah, that's what I want in a roommate, someone who's just never there. Ouch, my back. I'm looking for something to do, a new hobby. I'm looking for a piece of classical literature. A new hobby? Poetry can be a hobby. And he wants classical literature. A piece of implies that he's after like a book, right? So if we're just gonna suggest a classical book, we could just, I don't know, Jane Eyre, Bronte sisters. We're up north, I think. This probably takes place up north. It looks very much like Scarborough sort of area. So yeah, let's just maybe just tell him to read Jane Eyre. Or maybe we start him off on something a bit more straightforward. Sod it. Let's go with Jane Eyre. Oh, we got one of the Witcher books there, Blood of Elves. Yeah, go on, that's classic. Well, you're being a bit vague. What do you mean by hobby? You should have recommended him the botany book. Because he was old. Oh no, the woman's back. I was trying to leave them in storage, it wouldn't let me. Unless I didn't click properly. Which is always an option. She wants a good encyclopedia. Nothing that's too niche. Do we even have any encyclopedia? I don't think we have anything that's about like. No, these none of these really fit. You could just this should be in a kid. This is a kid's book. Horrible histories. There's no way this should be in the fact section. That should be in the kids section. Tales of North mythology though. That's like I know it's like. Hmm. She a challenge. Yeah, no. I don't think we have anything that fits the requirements that she's after. I'm afraid. Top 10 50 camper van destinations. Well, it's a rather dry tome. It has artwork depicting some of the gods we read about. This one has pictures of plants in it, so let's try it. I don't think there's anything else I can recommend. Oh, actually, no, it's this one that has the illustrations. Maybe we go with this one. Ooh, nice. Oh no. Email pen literature plot twist. We've only got 3 books. 6 high school teenagers meet up under false pretenses and are locked in a room with only one direction. Before the hour is up, they must choose one person to die. Amidst the chaos that ensures, a second question arises: who did this to them? Well, it's female penned. It sounds like a book that probably has a lot of plot twists in it. Let's have a quick scan. Death on the Nile. Should we just go with like the more obvious one and suggest Death on the Nile? Yeah, sod it. Go. You probably already read it. Oh, okay, apparently you never read it. Jane Eyre? Oh, could have been. Oh, it's this guy again. Didn't we already do this one, or did he tell us off? Was that somebody else? College Catalonia. Architecture in Britain. Hmm. He's looking for possible holiday destinations. So, what's a good book of holiday destinations? Top 10 camper van destinations? Does he own a camper van? Yeah, I think the camper van book is probably not it, but we'll try. Oh, there we go. I'd be reluctant to offer this to anybody if I didn't know whether they owned a camper van or not. Now then. Please don't come back. Actually, no, you can come back now. We figured out how to sell you books. It's fine. Alright, we made a shed ton of money. Maybe we could buy something off Old Man Walt over here. Oh, he gave us a thing. Alright. Equip 3 maritime destinations. Oh, we can do that. I'm not buying anything off you though. I think I've got enough. I think I've got enough maritime crap without needing to buy anything from you. We've got at least one maritime thing. All right, today's the flea market. Hmm. Let's buy some more attic books. And do we want to buy this just so that we get it now? Let's have a look. All right, we want to equip. Antique and vintage. Oh, it's already been put up for us. Okay, we'll put it up there so it's nice and centered. I wish we had another shelf. I'm sure we'll get more shelves eventually, but it'd be nice to have some. Yeah, we only have 2 maritime things. We need 1 more maritime thing. Okay. So let's go to the flea market then. We don't know what would be good at the flea market, so I think we just want to get like a bit of an even mix of things. So I'll do that. My instinct is that crime novels are always good. Like, if I was going to prioritize a kind of book that I was going to sell, it'd probably be heavy on crime. Autobiographies, if it's the right time of year. But this is a pretty even spread. We get a decent chance on everything if we do it like this, so let's go with that. Oh, there's people we can talk to. Oh, we can buy some new colored paints, that's nice. Feel free to touch the artwork, no. Allows you to write. That's interesting. Alright, is there anything else along here that we can nab for free? No bottles of... Ooh, we can ring that. Welcome to the shop. Oh, there's another plant dealer over here. I'm looking for something that's maritime. I hate spending money. Let's have a look at the paintings again, actually. Did he have anything that was like a maritime painting? View of Boston Bay. Apparently that's not maritime. Alright, no, I don't want any of that. I don't appreciate your masterpieces, my friend. Alright, so this guy hates anything written after the year 2000. And he wants fantasy books. That's probably going to be a little bit difficult. Although Blood of Elves could do it. It's between Blood of Elves and like the Chronicles of Narnia. And this isn't even like the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia. So there's like the Magician's Nephew is like, I think maybe the Magician's Nephew is written after what's it? The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This is like book 5 or something like that, so I'm not going to recommend it to him. Yeah, toss what? Now I'm just going to recommend The Witcher to him on the basis that it was technically written before the year 2000. Alright, there you go. He was still a hipster about it, but we sold him a book. I thought we were going to get what was in the boxes for free. I didn't realize we'd have to pay for them. I want something short and sweet. Please no classics. I just can't get into them. Though I'm a big fan of books like How Winston Delivered Christmas. I'm not familiar with that one. Heidi is a classic. The Little Mermaid is a classic. Five Children in It is also arguably a classic. So what does that leaves us with? It's like a Goodnight Gorilla if we're going to just offer a kid's book. I don't think there's anything else that we could do. Oh, it looks like that the guy from earlier took the Oscar Wilde book as well. Goodnight Gorilla. Um, yeah, a lot of the Disney animated movies were books in one form or another. Maybe you should try this game at some point. That'd be interesting. I don't think it'd be for you.
Yeah.
It could be funny though. I mean, I don't know. It's just like you just got to go to the supermarket. I do that every day. Well, not every day, but yeah, like Tarzan was a book. What else? I don't know. Probably other ones. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Where's this woman's shop? Oh, there it is. All right, let's see what kind of crap she's got for sale. Armchair, nasty old armchair. Storage box. Ooh, oh no, actually, yeah, we're going with the storage box. I'm buying that now. I don't even care. Um, we can put more books in it. That gives us more shelves, which is what we need, right? I know that's like a big chunk of money, but you know, we've sold a lot of books today, actually, so we're still doing pretty well. Educational for kids, yes, we did. We had horrible histories. I think it's been sold. Um, so whether we have anything left is probably not likely. Beowulf. All right, kids' books. Heidi, The Little Mermaid, Five Children in It, and The Darkest Rising. Nope. We actually don't. If we still have that horrible histories book, I would say yes, but we actually don't. I could just recommend you something anyway. Just on the off chance that you say yes. If I was going to recommend you anything, what would it be? None of these. No, we just don't have anything. I'm not going to. We only have one bookshelf, you know. It's not that surprising. Yeah, we did talk to that guy, didn't we? Yeah, we talked to everybody here. Alright, we're down 15 ducats, but we have got more shelf space, which is important. Means we can sell more stuff. And there's some more cheap books we can buy. 5 books. Yeah, it's pretty fun so far. Can't wait to put all the kids' fiction into this thing. Let's paint it. I'll paint it yellow. There you go. It's like a treasure chest. Do we have anything else to hang up? No, that was it. That's all we got. We do need to get something maritime before then. We could go to the Mega Marsh. Apparently it's sunny today. That guy did say that the best place to be when it's sunny is the beach. So let's try that. It is expensive, but we'll do the beach. People love reading crime novels on the beach and fantasy novels, like cheap sort of novels. We're really low on books, actually. Probably need to buy more. Ooh, we're going to be low on money. Let's go with this. Oh god, that gave us all the classics in the world. Actually, no, we're not low on books at all. I was looking at the wrong thing. We got plenty of books. Alright, we'll put all the kids' books in the trunk. Drama books. Fantasy. We definitely want some travel books. Probably some more classic. Oh, we don't have any fact books as well. Seems like a good mix. Let's go with that. Get a couple more drama books and then go. Maybe we find something nautical here. Pan around, have a look. Ooh, beach ball. Alright. We had to visit the beach 3 times. Hi, can I get a book? I need something with loads of cool animals. I'm interested in fact books, and I wouldn't mind something niche. Okay, so we can sacrifice ourselves that way. Well, I don't think this is a real book. I don't think that's the book we recommend either. We don't have that many fact books. I actually don't think we got anything other than this one. No, we've not got anything here other than that. I think that's just what we go with. We could have a look at kids' books, I suppose. The Little Prince, that's a classic. The Adventures of Pippi Longstockings. Alice in Wonderland, Lewis Carroll. No. We're definitely just going to go with Cat a Day, Volume 2. Hopefully you've got Volume 1 already, because if you don't, then, yeah. Hopefully we get more customers than just this person. What's up? Ahoy. So she likes crime and fantasy. Oh, she didn't want anything. She was just here to peruse and leave. Introduce ourselves. That's one kid's book sold. Alright, let's see. Next one. I'm sorry, I have to pick up my kids in a bit. I tend to like most stories with a detective, but I don't usually go for anything too niche. Do you have anything like the Count of Monte Cristo? Not really? I don't think any of these are like the Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, this has got a detective in it, in the form of young Pippa. But God, we can't recommend Crime and Punishment to her, can we? No, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with this random crime book. We'll see how that goes. There we go. Rule of thumb: don't recommend massive books to people. It rarely works, right? What do you recommend? Well, let's see. A kid's book that's part of a series. Okay. Do you care which part of the series it is? Because we did have. Oh, we must have sold it. All right. Okay. Child Life. Oh, Redwall. Redwall. There you go. That's kind of a kid's book. Well, not really. Song of Ice and Fire. I'm leaning towards Redwall. But alternatively, we could just be like really. That's a picture book though. Yeah, let's go with Redwall. I was a bit worried that they would think the suggestion was a bit too clever, but obviously not. What we need is we need all the like really awful James Bond novels. We sold all of our kids' books. This is obviously the place for kids' books here by the beach, which makes sense. You know, it's like families taking their kids out. We've sold no classics here, so I think if we come back here, we sell no classics. We don't bother with travel either. We've sold no travel books. It's crime, fantasy, kids, and a little bit of fact. But the only fact book we sold was the one that we recommended to that one person. So basically, crime and kids books. Let's keep buying cheap books. I want to go to the seafront today. And the reason is because I want to get something else nautical so we can start doing some of that. I don't know what danger does. Okay, the flea market happens every week, and the fish market happens on the 10th. So we need to get something nautical before the fish market. Yeah. Alright. Let's go here then. Alright, there's that dweeb who comes by and buys fantasy books, so put all the fantasy books into the dweeb chest. We will put all the travel books in here because we sell loads of those here. We'll have classics, a few fact books, and some crime books. I don't think we've ever sold like a kids book here, or maybe we just have like a couple just to be on the safe side. But I think that's a good mix, all things considered. And we're going to try and buy some more nautical stuff off of that one guy. Look up the lighthouse. Oh, we can go to the lighthouse. Okay. I'll go for it. Why not? We have a bone we could give him. We can give him that skull that we found earlier. Alright, we're already selling our travel books. I don't want to read that. Help me out here, matey. I'm looking for a new travel guide. I really enjoyed the new encyclopedia of British, European, and African birds. Uh, a bit of a strange one. George and Louise Borges, excellent writer. Hamlet, It Can't Happen Here, Crime and Punishment, more poems. A Man for All Seasons. Coffee First in the World. He wants a travel book, a travel guide, and he likes encyclopedias. This is a bit of a tricky one. Let's just go with this. Europe Through the Back Door, the Travel Skills Handbook. I don't think that's it. Oh, there you go. I'm second guessing myself. I'm the master of selling books to sailors. Look how many books this guy's bought. Compared to this guy, bought one and he's gone. He's a man who knows what he wants. Alright. Thank you, old lady. Yeah, that's true. I took so many books with me when I went to America, and my intent was to read at least a couple of them. I didn't manage to get through any of them. It was really disappointing. Oh, we've already had this request. So we can just get the same requests over and over again. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Actually, this is worded slightly differently than it was last time. I've got too many of them. I don't even have most of them in my home at the moment. Most of them are at my parents' house. I still haven't moved them over after a year of living here. I'll get around to it eventually, but like, it's just it's tricky. It's tricky. I think we're gonna go with this one. Maureen Johnson, female pen literature, mystery plots, thrilling and gripping. Well, this is apparently truly devious, so we'll go with that. Is Sherlock and Mary Sue? I don't think so. Alright, what we need to buy something from this guy. What do we buy from him? The cheapest thing is this thing. But maybe we buy a globe. Let's buy the ore, why not? Doesn't really matter. We need to buy one of them. Right. That's some nice advice from you. No, I don't think that Sherlock Holmes is a Mary Sue. Because like a Mary Sue is I think being a Mary Sue, part of it is I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I just don't think it is. I can't really explain it. Obsessed with outer space. Also, fat books are my usual go-tos, but niche books aren't usually my cup of tea. Let's check in the sci-fi book. Ooh, The Color of Magic, Discworld 1, Rinceworld 1. For some relevant books at the moment. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't think we have any fact books about space. You've never read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Hmm. We could also recommend the... You saw the movie. The movie is... My pick would actually be something by Ursula K. Le Guin, potentially. I would only recommend The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to someone if I thought that they were basically a bit nerdy. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, this guy looks more hipster than that. I don't know, maybe. I think we'll go with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't think it'll work. Oh, never mind. Again, I'm overthinking it. No, the Hitchhiker's Guide movie isn't all that. The books are interesting, although they do tend to meander a bit. I think that was a function of like Douglas Adams not really being good at finishing things. You know, lots of ideas, but the actual follow through is difficult. The execution. But definitely the first book is probably worth reading. All right. English reading materials. Well, let's have a look at our customizer shop. We need to. Oh, this is made of plastic. Oh, I thought we could rotate that then. Let's put the ore on. Then we can get invited to the fish market. I want to move this table here. Let's put the cactus on the table. Oh, we should also put the typewriter here. It said that we could... Apparently we can activate it. So let's see what that does. Let's go back to the waterfront again. I'm going to the waterfront because I want to go to the fish market next. I don't know. I think selling books at a fish market is probably not a good idea. It doesn't strike me as the place for selling books, you know, but hey ho, everyone's different. I think we need more fact books here. Yeah, a bit more of a light spread. Manuals, yeah. I just can't imagine that like there are many people looking to buy. Okay. What would I name it if I was gonna name it something? Yeah, let's go with SS Scampy, why not? Alright, we're definitely gonna come to the fish market tomorrow as well. We're Sailor Maxing. Oh, it's this guy. This is why I put science fiction books in, because this guy turns up and he always wants science fiction books. Oh, this time he went for a travel book. Oh. Something humorous and also a travel guide. I think I saw something that was like that. There was one I saw, I can't remember what it was called. Well, this one has the word hilarious in it, which means that obviously this is the one, right? From Jenny Graham. Jenny Graham took it much further. She cycled around the world. This is her raw, unfiltered, and hilarious account of how she became the fastest woman to ever circumnavigate the globe on two wheels. Um, hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah, I think it's this one. Coffee Thirst and the World. Seems good. Pictures from Italy. Yeah, I'll try it. See what he says. Oh, history books, yeah. There are like two genres of popular history books. One of them is um, like one of them is like Hitler books, which is just its own genre of history book, and then the other kind of book is like a small book called um, A Brief Guide to France or something like that. Those are basically the two types of history book that sell. Whether for a new book, I'm looking for inspiration for the kitchen. A cook's tour is one of my all-time favorites. Oh, Anthony Bourdain. I don't think we've got anything by Anthony. Oh, we do actually have. We could offer him the exact book he is. I'm quite tempted to do that, but I'm not going to. I think I saw another one that we had previously. Maybe we sold it. Um, do we actually not have any cookbooks except for the one by Anthony Bourdain? Oh God. We definitely had some before. We can't offer him the same book that he's already got, can we? But then you could have two copies. What's this supposed to be? A lively romp with two chubby cubs, a married couple, Paul and James, giving. It says dinner time inspiration. Maybe we go with that one. He wants some help in the kitchen. We're really stretching things here. Oh, have you ever heard of Lord of the Rings? Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. All right, whatever. My choices are. We recommend him this book called Dinner Time, or we recommend him the book that he already has. What do people in chat think? Because I don't think we can do any better than that. Oh, here's the first Sherlock Holmes book, A Study in Scarlet. Dinner Time. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't think it'll work. Oh, there you go. Never mind. These people are simpletons. I don't think you should insult your customers in front of them. But hey, it hasn't dented our sales yet. A comprehensive reference book and give me something with a low page count. Dragonology is one of my favorites. I don't think we got any reference books. This is the closest thing that we've got to a reference book, and it's 500 pages long, and it's about modern movie posters. What else we got? We got an encyclopedia of birds. It's 256 pages. Again, I don't think that's what you're after. Oh, Battle Royale. That was the one that would later inspire the Battle Royale genre, right? And here we go. We're going to try this. It's probably not what she wants. Okay, right. She wanted a kid's book first, like Dragonology, that's like a kid's book. And then we're just like, yeah, here's an encyclopedia about birds. And she's like, yeah, love it. What's there to say about modern movie posters? They're nothing but orange and blue. Well, that's one thing you could say about them, Bummer. Dragons and birds are kind of similar. I suppose so. In like... Sort of, I suppose. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah. Get some more cheapo books. Let's get this one. And we'll go with this as well. We're light on travel books, because we sold too many of them. We've gotten loads of classics though. So we sold 3 fact, 2 fantasy, 3 classic, 9 travel books. What does this do? We don't need to worry about that. Confirm. We're going to go back here, because today is the fish market day. I want to go to the fish market and sell a bunch of books to the fish. We didn't sell very many fantasy books. Let's try and... Something like that? Yeah, let's go with that. So this is the fish market then. Oh, there's a lot of fish markets. Oh no, I don't want to click on that. Or that. Love Me the Beano, Less of the Dandy. I used to read the Beano. I didn't really read the Dandy. I didn't read that one. But yeah, I didn't really go for comics other than that. I want the raw fish. No, I'm gonna give it straight to the dog. That's what I'm doing. There we go. No, I've never heard of Quiz Kids, but I was never really into comics. The one thing that I really loved is Horrible Histories books. I read probably 10, 15 of them. I had a lot of Horrible History books. So I was really big into Horrible History as a kid. They're just great. They were just really great little books to read. I mean, obviously they're not perfect, but yeah. I tend to read lesser known works, and I quite like historical settings. Lesser known works. The Hairy Biker's Ultimate Comfort Food. None of these really fit what I would consider lesser. Like, non-fiction. None of these are really non-fiction. We've got a very, very small selection of non-fiction here. I'm kind of tempted to just go with this one on the basis that it is non-fiction and it is about, it's kind of niche and lesser known. But or maybe actually this. Ever wanted to walk away from civilization into the woods and owe nothing to anyone but yourself? I mean, that's 1854. That's probably the closest we're going to get, right? We can have a look through the rest. Pictures from Italy. I think there's... Oh, we've got a few fat books in here, haven't we? And other books about comics. Alright, yeah, let's go with Warden. There you go, that did it. Do I still have some cursed knowledge of history? Probably, if I think about it for long enough. What does difficulty mean? I'm not quite sure. I think it's just how willing they are to accept whatever you're willing to offer them, if that makes sense. Like, probably if they're less difficult, they're more likely to just take whatever. Although, to be honest, I've managed to succeed on a lot of these checks. We had some trouble with some of the early ones, but I don't think this game's particularly difficult. She just wants a book with a happy ending, and she wants female literature. I don't know which books have happy endings. If I had to guess, I would say this one has a happy ending, because this is part of the genre called cozy crime, which is like a genre of book which is like supposed to be small-time detectives in like an English countryside or whatever, sort of, or by the beach sort of thing. You can tell just I've never even heard of this book before, but that's what I'm going to assume this is. I'm sure if I googled this, I'll find out that it has a happy ending, or that it meets the criteria that I said. You shouldn't make assumptions. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but actually you 100% should. I'm looking it up on my phone right now to see if that's correct. Yeah, it's set in Cornwall. So, no, Nancy Drew's different. Death Note Volume 1. That kind of has a happy ending. I'm kind of leaning to this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with my gut and say this is it. Oh, okay. Maybe it doesn't have a happy ending then. You should have gone with Death Note Volume 1. I enjoy the odd romance plot from time to time, and I usually enjoy a classical piece of literature. Dracula is one of my all-time favourites. Anything good on display? I think we had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde earlier. I remember seeing that. We could go with Anna Karenina. Or Rebecca. Let's go with Anna Karenina. There we go. I had a teacher at school who was obsessed with Russian literature. Oh, I wanted to try this whilst the inspiration meter was up. Dying Marathi. I was trying that when the inspiration thing was up, because it said we needed to... Yeah, Rebecca would have been fine as well, Daphne de Moyer. But if I'm honest, thinking about this from the perspective of somebody in a bookshop, I would rather sell a copy of Anna Karenina than I would Rebecca, on the basis that a copy of Anna Karenina probably sells for more money than a copy of Rebecca does, because it's a bigger book. So if you could convince someone to buy Anna Karenina, do it. I think that's like probably an £11.99 book, given how big it is, you know? The Works is alive because it sells books that other bookstores failed to sell. That's why. It sells books that would otherwise be pulped if they weren't in the Works. And yeah, that's probably the main reason. Here, let's recommend this book that we couldn't sell to that other person before. There you go, that works. Yeah, I think the Works mostly just stocked things that were difficult to sell, or things that didn't do very well, and then they get bought on the cheap. That is like most cooking books. Like most of the cooking books have covers like that, I think. We haven't been offered an extra bookshelf yet. I haven't actually seen one for sale, so I don't know. Yeah, right. I'll take her home. This random dog that I found. I would not name a dog any of these things. Let's go with Behemoth. We've done all the stamps here, so we'll leave this. We sold 106 books in the waterfront, and we got on a dog. So I'd say that's pretty good. Oh, dog bed. Can't afford it. We really, really, really need new travel books. We need to go somewhere where we're not just selling loads of travel books. Hmm. All right. May as well put the plant up because we've got space for it. But yeah, so we've not seen any other shelving options other than these two things here. I wonder if eventually you can get a bigger van. Maybe this is as big as it ever gets. But where would we get one? Well, today is... Well, it's just a random Thursday. We could go to somewhere we've never been before. I'm kind of tempted to go to the lighthouse. We've also never been to the supermarket. Let's go to the lighthouse. I don't know what kind of people buy at the lighthouse, but we'll go there. Sell all of our travel books, why not? Some kids' books for the lighthouse. Lighthouses are like sad and lonely places. It's where God, what are some books about lighthouses? So if your book is on the shelves in the Works, that would be considered a shame. I don't think so. That's just kind of like the lifestyle of any book that isn't like a classic or something that's going to be in continuous print. It's more just the reality of books and how they're sold and how, you know, you do them. The Works is like a cheap retailer of books. They sell a lot of things that were previously popular or just kind of like on the cheap. They also sell like art supplies, crafts, and stuff. You know? People would come to the lighthouse just to come talk to us. Tomaz. Oh, drama books. Okay. Dystopian novels. Oh God. Okay, well this has the word dystopia in it, so that's already a good one. I think we'll just go with this. Let's check our other shelves. Oh, Howl's Moving Castle, Diane Wynne Jones. That is a book. A lot of people don't necessarily know that. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint or Howl's Moving Castle? I've never read Howl's Moving Castle. It's not one I've read before. It might be one that I'd like to read. Um, I have a hard time deciding what like my favorite book is. One of my favorite books is the book, The Third Policeman, which is like hard to explain, but it's a book that I really enjoyed when I read it. It's an Irish book that is by Flann O'Brien, but I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. But there's definitely stuff that if I thought about it for long enough. I don't know what books do and don't have a happy ending. That's a problem because I've not read them. And she doesn't want books with happy endings. Okay. Does Battle Royale have a happy ending? Has anyone ever read that? That seems like a book someone might have read. Battle Royale has a bad ending while the film does. Do you mean like bad as in it's not good or bad as in it's unhappy? It's just Winnie the Pooh. Here you go. Pretty unhappy. Does Wolf? I'm gonna take a punt on this. There you go. Yeah, Wuthering Heights. I knew it. Uh, the saddest thing was that they made a battle royale too. Oh God, I could have recommended this person Wuthering Heights. Ugh. Something tragic. I mean, I guess Annabelle Lee is probably our next best bet. Crime and Punishment's also pretty tragic, but I think it's probably complicated. Um, I can only remember the Disney Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not familiar with the book, so. Do we have the Hunchback? I don't see it. I didn't see that. Where is it? Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, oh, there it is. Whatever, we can go with this. Nitro says that this will work, so if it doesn't work, it's Nitro's fault. Congratulations, Nitro. We had Titus Andronicus there. We could have recommended that. That's the Shakespeare play where the guy bakes some people into a pie. Alright, I think we made some good money. I'm not sure if we're going to come back here anytime soon, though. But it seems like drama books are popular here. Inspiring. We sold 4 crime books, 1 fantasy, 4 classic books, and 6 drama books. Okay. Kids books didn't sell there, though. They were not popular there. Yeah, drama was the one that sold. Yeah, drama. I'm gonna go buy the best-selling biographies because this will probably have travel books in it. Okay, no, it didn't. Their definition of biography and mine is different, I suppose. You get a lot of biographical travel books. I find that's a pretty common one in terms of like what you find. In the book, Esmeralda is executed and Quasimodo jumps off the tower. Okay. No, I'm not familiar with the book, so I couldn't tell you. Today is flea market day, I think. No. Let's go to the supermarket. That's the other place we've not been to yet. What kind of books do people buy at the supermarket? Crime novels, and also children's novels. When I worked at the bookshop, this is a true story of my life that I'm telling you guys. When I worked at the bookshop, the book Harry Potter and the Cursed Child came out. It's not really a book; it's a script, right? The script Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And we sold more copies of that than basically anything else that we sold that year. It was the best selling thing that we sold that year, because the hype around it was insane. It wasn't in any way justified. It was trash basically. But I mean, it was a script for a play that most people couldn't afford to go see. So a lot of people were being sold it as like, oh, it's like a new Harry Potter book. What they're actually buying was a script. But we sold a lot of copies of that. But at the time, because of how like seriously they were taking it, there was very strict embargoes on it. Like there's massive strict embargoes on it, and we had to like the day before that we were going to sell them, we had to bring them into the store, but then cover them with sheets, so that people couldn't see them through the window. And then every time we were going to the supermarket, we were instructed that if we saw any supermarket selling it early, because supermarkets would do this kind of shit because they don't care, right? They sell loads of things. But if anyone saw a supermarket selling it early, you immediately had to report it. Because if the supermarkets broke their embargo, then that means that we might also be allowed to break our embargo. Or you could go to the publisher and say, we've got evidence that Tesco has broken the embargo, therefore we would like permission to immediately begin selling the book. So yeah, that was no, not to the book police, but just report it to like the store, and then yeah, they'll go talk to the publisher and be like, hey, you know, the local shop has already begun selling it. Because if Tesco was caught selling it early, the publisher might say, well, we're not going to give you early access to things like this anymore. We don't trust you to not sell it early. Something inspiring. How to Train a Super Dog. War of the Roses? I mean, I guess, you know. Henry Tudor's Richard III's downfall. That's inspiring. I have to look and see what the rest is in here, though. Definitely, Volume 1. Hamnets. They made a movie of this recently. The Crucible. I remember having to read this in school. Mother Night. What else we got? Did we already recommend Walden to him? I think we already recommended Walden to him last time. And I kind of tempted to do it again. Did you have to read anything truly hot, awful in school? There wasn't anything that I really hated, but I really liked reading, so I didn't mind it. I mean, the worst thing was just like when you read it and then you have to read it in the way that they make you read books in school. I always used to get in trouble for reading too far ahead. Yeah, no, I think we recommended Walden to this guy already. I'm tempted to do it again though, just to see if he remembers. They might make him cross though if we recommend him the same thing twice. Orlando was the worst book I read in school. When I was 17, I had to read The Handmaid's Tale and The Wife of Bath's Tale. So The Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood, they made it into that TV series that was fairly popular. Not a bad book. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. The Handmaid's the Wife of Bath's Tale is one of the Canterbury Tales. So the Knight's Tale, the whatever else, I can't remember them off the top of my head. But we had to read specifically the Wife of Bath's Tale. And I also didn't really mind that because it's kind of like what you sign up for when you're doing it at A level, when you're doing it before, because it's like preparing you for that university level if you wanted to do English at university. What I didn't like was I didn't like having to compare the two. I found it was a bit kind of a stretch to make the comparison between The Handmaid's Tale and The Wife of Bath's Tale. It was a bit artificial. If I was going to compare The Handmaid's Tale to any other book, I would not pick The Wife of Bath's Tale. And I think the only reason that they want you to make that kind of comparison is because one is like contemporary fiction, so it was modern fiction, and the other one is like a very very old English tale. So it's kind of like they're very obsessed with this idea that you've got to read all these classics and stuff, so they can be like, well, they're familiar with the Canterbury Tales. They're also familiar with modern contemporary stuff. But I didn't enjoy doing that. I didn't enjoy making the comparison or writing that essay because I just felt there wasn't anything that spoke to me in those terms. And I didn't mind either one thing. I just hated having to compare them. I don't know if I'd hate it so much now. Maybe I'd just muddle through it and I'd be more like, oh, whatever. I'll just write whatever and make them happy. But that pissed me off at the time. I'm just going to recommend Walden to him. I think I already recommended this to him. It might be somebody else that we recommended it to. All right, whilst we're in the inspiration mode, we'll press on that. Oh, and we also need to see if there's anything that we can steal from the supermarket. Freebies and things. Oh, a birdhouse. I hope there were no birds in it. Oh. I want something short and sweet. Also, I wouldn't mind a whodunit. Do you have anything like Cased Closed? I think I've heard of that one before. We've only got one crime book, so this is not off to a good start. Yeah, Death Note's already gone. Someone already took the Death Note. Uh, feel like this is really insulting. Is to like have somebody talk to you about their favorite manga, and then your response is, "Here's like a 38-page picture book about an elephant." But this is the only detective story I can see. Horace the elephant invites his friends to celebrate his 11th birthday with a feast, only to discover that it's been eaten at the 11th hour. Oh, so you like anime, do you? Well, in that case, I'd recommend The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Oh, God. You'd be like, yeah, you've been reading Death Note, so you should read The Tiger Who Came to Tea next. Let's recommend it. Let's see what he says. This is people who read manga, this is what they think of you. I'm gonna look up this book, 11th Hour. It's a celebrated children's puzzle book. Alright. Well, there we go. Nothing romantic suitable for a 10-year-old. How about well, we got Winnie the Pooh, so that's the obvious answer, but I'll just have a look and see if there's anything else. Well, Winnie the Pooh's probably a bit young. 10 is like a bit old maybe for Winnie the Pooh at this point, but it's like the only kids book we got left, so I would also yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sod it. Winnie the Pooh, there you go. We sold lots of kids' books here. We sold loads of books here. This is a good place for selling books. We just need to ditch all the fantasy books. Good boy. I think he's reading still. Every kid, they develop differently, right? Some kids like, they still want to do that. To be honest, these days, if they're reading anything at all, that's probably good enough. Still looking for travel books. Oh, we got some travel books there. Second-hand books. More travel books. Okay, we're going to flea market then. Can we check and see, like, what we've sold at the flea market? I think just everything sells at the flea market, it looks like. Hmm. Well, we'll go there next anyway. Yeah, let's just take a mix of things. Yeah, that's like a good mix, leaning more on the crime side of things, because I think crime... I should probably keep a note of this, like what's done the best in which areas, right? I know this isn't organised, it doesn't really matter so much. There we go, we'll go with... Oh no, we need some more fact books, yeah. There we go, we'll go with that. And be on the lookout for any new pieces of furniture. Specifically from this lady. No. Oh, this makes it so that kids' books sell better if we put them in the upper the ones. Okay. But she still doesn't have a shelf for us. Maybe we just need to buy more things from her and then she'll have another shelf for us. Mr. Art Dealer Man. Nah. I don't think we sell copies of the Viz here. Yeah, we're selling some kid the complete collection of Cockney Wanker or whatever. Alright, well this woman stole a plant and gave it to us. I'm fine with that. And she can steal a shelf next. What, you think the Swedish are not going to be able to understand like Roger Melly, the man on the telly or whatever? Yeah, like, maybe not. I haven't read that for like donkeys. Like that's like I've not seen that for a very long time. I just don't read the magazines. Historical setting, classical piece of literature. That should be easy. I mean, ancient Egypt is as historical as it gets, and there's no way that we sell this to like anybody else. This is a book that doesn't sell. Drunken Bakers. Yeah, sod it. We're gonna recommend this thing to him. This guy looks hipster enough to buy it. Well, those are the past, yeah. That's the kind of book you sell to someone and you hope that they don't return it. Oh, we got a stamp for that. Oh, it broke. Oh, that's unfortunate. God, we really need a bigger space. Look how many people are in here. If we were selling Warhammer books, this thing would stink. Just drop by real quick. Plot twists are a must. Oh God, Angels and Demons. Yeah, Dan Brown crap. Yeah, we can find you some Dan Brown style crap. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we actually do have another Dan Brown novel. There you go. Second edition Codex. I don't know. Probably not that much. Maybe not. Depends which one it was, maybe. I don't think codexes are really worth that much. But then if it's, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Alright, time to recommend Walden to this guy again. Troglodytes don't bite. Non-fiction. Well, we really don't have that much. Oh, Terry Pratchett, Slip of the Keyboard, collected non-fiction. Did Terry Pratchett enjoy book signings? What was the weirdest fan mail he received? Why did he need an assistant to type? The collections of memories and essays by the Discord author opens up his beliefs, illnesses, wish, and love for mushrooms. It's either that or we give him a book on mathematics. We'll check through anything else, but I think it's probably going to be the Discord book. Oh, fantastic Mr. Fox, Roald Dahl. I've not seen it before, but it'd probably be an interesting read. I have a biography of one of the books I took to America was a biography um, of Terry Pratchett that had been written by his assistant, but I still haven't managed to read it. But it's a non-fiction collection, Jake. It's a non-fiction collection. And that means that the articles inside are probably only about, 1 to 5 pages, maybe 10 at most. So you can just read it, a little bit at a time. And then before you know it, you've read the entire thing. Come on, people, hurry up. Oh, we didn't talk to all the people here. We need to see if there's any shelves for sale. None of these look like shelves. Let's see the plant lady. Has she got a shelf plant of some kind? Nope, none of these are shelves. I think he'd probably be interesting to read. I know that before he was an author, he was a journalist, and at one point he had also worked for a nuclear power plant, and his job was basically to do like PR statements for a nuclear power plant, which is probably an interesting career. Like, how do you deal with like inquiries that people have about all the kinds of things they're worried about with nukes and stuff? $43, that's really good. Still do not have a thing. Should we just buy the dog bed? Yeah, sod it. We're making buckets of ducats. We got plenty of money. We'll waste it all on a dog bed for the dog. Look at that. We've also got this birdhouse, which I haven't put anywhere. Let's put some papers on the floor of the book that we wrote. All right, where should we go to next? I'm really not sure, to be honest. We've not spent much time at the cafe. Let's try there. We still really don't have many travel books, so I don't want to go and ply my trade by the ocean anymore. We'll go full crime, a little bit of drama, some classics, fantasy books, galore, kids books for the kids, decent selection of fact. I think that's good. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm feeling that. The supermarket wants it back. Well, we can't go back to the supermarket, can we? Just in case, right? Anything else here that we can click on? I know we clicked on this before, but all we get is this view. No, you can't. I don't think there's a way to check the specific books. If there was, we wouldn't be carrying Dan Brown novels. We're hoping that somebody just throws away a shelf, so we're on the lookout for a shelf. Oh, it's this guy again. He always wants something. I don't know. Well, we have a book about Spain. By train through Spain. Let's go with that. There we go. Not impressed. To be honest, like, as bad as Dan Brown novels are, it's just always been the case that like those kind of books have done well. It's not a new phenomenon at all. As long as people have been like buying novels as we would understand them today, those sorts of things have just been popular. Like, people used to buy books at the train station in the Victorian era, and it was things that, basically just be considered schlock in its own era. Some of the ones that we remember today are the ones that were good, but a lot of it is just stuff that you basically never even heard of because it was generic and awful. So like Dracula is probably the best example of this, which was a book that was basically written to be read at train stations. She just wants some crime novels. We can give her some Agatha Christie. Yeah, The Mousetrap and Other Plays. Unlocked Room Mystery. Oh, this woman's not upset, happy about this. Alright, well this woman is not happy because we have not got enough fact classics. So this is obviously the place for classics. Historical setting, good classic. Well, we're at classics, so we're just going to go for something that's This could be interesting. Kawaii Story by Hawaii's Queen. Maybe that'll do it. We'll have a look and see who else is in here. Looking at books that are a bit older. The representative plays of J.M. Barrie. Peter Pan author. Yeah, the Snow Crash is a pretty popular book. Some people in here might have read that. Fruits Basket is a classic. I don't think it's the kind of classic that she's after. We could give us some Belarusian classics. I don't think so. I think that's a bit out there. Let's just go with the one I was thinking of, Hawaii Story. She probably won't like this. Oh no, there you know. You never know. There you go. Manga about animal people. That describes a lot of mangas. I've always wanted to write a book, by the way. It's long been something I wanted to do, but I'm pretty bad at organizing myself and organizing my time. So I'm never doing it, you know. I don't know what I'd write a book about either. I think it's just one of those kind of like idle fantasies that you have, right? My utterly useless housemate managed to do that. Yeah, that's a fair point, Andarius. What was your housemate's book about, if you don't mind me asking? Vintage kiddie books. Agatha Christie's collection. Mixed books. Coffee machine. Coffee is pretty popular. No, we can't afford it right now. Let's go with the mixed book sets. We're still looking for travel books. Oh, 11 travel books. Good grief. I'm not going to buy any more. We've got loads of books. We don't need to buy any more. I have no idea. Got it published on Amazon. I'd like to get something traditionally published if I could. I wouldn't want to self-publish, but that's the tricky part because you can self-publish and you know do that, and some of them do really well actually. A lot of the really big authors just self-publish these days, but I think if I put something on Amazon, it'd probably just sit there. Probably wouldn't do very well. Let's go to the lighthouse. Let's do a quickie at the lighthouse. Sell all of our drama books. And what was the other thing at the lighthouse? It was like drama books, crime, and classic. Then we'll have a few of the other books here. Self-publishing is fine. It's just like, if I was going to write, I would want to try and sell it and do it that way. If only because it means that you have to do less of the work yourself, other than just writing the damn thing. You know, if you can sell it to a publisher, then they do a lot of the work for you. uh, suppose it's selling like indie games, though, right? Alright, is anybody throwing away another bookshelf? Oh, there's a thing of flowers over here that we can steal. Help, I need finding a book. I like books that basically rip my heart out, and I'm trying to read more from female authors. I can't get enough of Helene, but I like Don't Make a Big Deal. A romantic reinterpretation of the Iliad is a 16th century version of Helen of Troy. She has the chance to forever change the trajectory of her life and love. A historical play. Okay. Sylvia Plath? No. We could try this one. Probably should have looked at some other ones, but that worked. Oh, it's this guy again. He's here every single day. A comedy play. I mean, that's kind of comedic, but it's not a play. Do we have anything by Shakespeare? This is the second copy of this that I've seen. Oh, Dragon Ball Volume 1. There we go. I don't think we have any comedy plays. I don't think we have that many plays. They've all been bought already. God, I think it's just going to be... This one? I don't think this will go very well. Yeah, I didn't see any plays, unless I missed it. Oh. What does this bloke want? A thrilling case and a dashing detective. Well, have you ever heard of Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime? I don't think that the detective in that book could be considered dashing. It's an interesting book. It's been criticized for some of its portrayals of autism. But I don't think that it could be considered a dashing detective. It is definitely a detective book of a sort. A quaint village, a nosy vicar, and a most sinister murder. Join Miss Marple. Is Miss Marple dashing? Dogs do dash. Yes, they do. He doesn't like dry books, though, so obviously it's not going to be that one. I'm going to go out on a whim and try this. I'm curious to see if this works. Okay, there you go. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. That's one that they used to love making kids read at school. I don't know if they still do that one. It's one of those ones when, like, some people really love it and a lot of people really don't, for various reasons. That are probably best not to get into on a live stream. We haven't sold any classics yet. I thought this was a good place for classics, but apparently not. We probably should have brought more drama books, less classics. He can't be one of the only people who liked Great Expectations. That's one of the most popular books that's ever been written ever. I know what you mean. Like, you mean like one of the people who liked it at school, right? But just the way he said that. Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm joking, but it's just funny the way you worded that. It made me think that like, um, it's like not very. Yeah, I hated it so much. I've never read it. I don't think I read it. I read bloody what'd you call it? God, Christmas Carol. That was the Charles Dickens book I read at school. Maybe we go to the lighthouse again, but this time we go all in on drama books. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the beach. Christmas Carol's fine. Reading it at school really takes a lot of the fun out of it. Beach was crime, kids, and fantasy. We didn't sell any travel the last time we were here. We'll put some fact in the trunk. And I'm just not going to bother with anything else. Maybe we'll put a few classics in. But we'll go with that. Maybe a bookshelf was washed up onto the shore here. Nope, can't see any. This guy's already complaining. It needs to be suitable for an 8-year-old, and I want something short and sweet. I'm a fan of books like Charlotte's Web. That should be easy to find. Watership Down. Jake, did you ever watch Watership Down, the animated one? We got loads of books that fit this one. The Secret Garden. I think Secret Garden is kind of like a classic book. This is a graphic novel version of it, but let's go with this. It's kind of a sweet book. Yeah, Watership Down, good grief. The animated Watership Down, the one that like traumatized an entire generation every time it's ever been on the television. Calvin and Hobbes. I don't think we stock it, apparently. I've not seen any. I haven't seen any Tintin either. I know we were talking about that in the Discord before. We used to sell a decent amount of the Tintin books. Even the Forbidden one that you're not supposed to talk about. Well, we didn't sell it. Well, we stocked it, but well, you could order it. We didn't keep it in stock as a regular book. But if you wanted it, we would order it for you. That reminds me of something. There was this one kids picture book that had been written as kind of like part of the like a Stephen King universe thing. I think it's like the Dark Tower trilogy. I never read the Dark Tower. I don't know anything about it. But it was supposed to be like a picture book that was from the Dark Tower universe, and it is intentionally made to be kind of like disturbing. Um, Time and time again, I would find people would put that into the with all the other kids' picture books, like especially if you have like people who are working there for Christmas, you know, like temporary staff, because they just see it and they go, "Oh, it's a picture book. It goes with the picture books." But no, you did not want to sell that book to kids usually. Why was it not spoken of? Well, the title of it is Tintin Visits the Congo, and that should tell you everything you need to know about it. Or at least that was roughly speaking what the title was. What a week. I'd love to get a new mystery, and I wouldn't mind something like a thriller. Uh, The Poor, the House of the Usher? New thriller. I'm just going to go off the vibes and recommend this one. By the end of the day, I want to have sold somebody Watership Down. Oh, you like War and Peace. Do we have Anna Karenina? The Soul of Man Under Socialism. No, that's not a very long book. Swan's Way in Search and Lost Time. Well, if you want to challenge yourself, then you cannot go wrong with In Search of Lost Time. If you read all the way through that, then you will have done something that most people could never do. I need to look this up on my phone. I can't look it up whilst I'm playing this game, but In Search of Lost Time. We only sold a volume 1, but the total volume, the page count for all volumes of it is like 4,200 pages. And this isn't like fantasy fiction where they just write excessive pages for no reason. All right. I think we'll call it here. We've been live for 2.5 hours, so yeah, this is pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Maybe we'll be back with this. I'm still looking for something I want to play more long term. I'm not sure that this is a game that I'm going to stream loads of, but we might play some more of it at some point just to have a bit of a relax at some point. Definitely interested in getting another bookshelf when I can. But yeah, whenever that is, I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's call it here then. And I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Murder Bingo Sims 3. Hmm. I'm not sure because well, okay, Sims 3. Let me just say this: I love Sims 3. It's one of my favorite games of all time. However, every time I try and play it or stream it, what happens is I get like 4 or 5 episodes of streams in, and then the game crashes in a way that makes the save unrecoverable, and that just kills my enthusiasm for streaming it. So I would not hold out for The Sims anytime soon. So I'll just say that straight up. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go for real now. So goodbye and see you guys later.